Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Thank you for being here. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah, though I'm on a little bit of a sabbatical for a few weeks, and I've asked one of my friends to fill in for the monthly horoscopes this month. I hope that you will welcome them. Of course, superstar horoscopes were pre-recorded, and you can go to NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. For as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate, you will have access to all signs each and every week. Extended horoscopes are available there. And of course, we have some incredible events coming up at Synchronicity University. Programs happening right now, but also choose your tuition rate as low as just $5 a class for classes that are coming up and starting in November. I hope that you'll join us. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.
Hello, superstars, fabulous friends and fans of my dear friend Nadiya Shah. I am Yuriria Robles and I am bringing you the news for Taurus in this month of September. Let's begin. Dear Taurus, for you this month, you will be very attentive to what is going on your home. The first 5 days of the month, you will be trying to enjoy and have fun at home. And this will play a little bit difficult with what is going on with yourself in this month, because the North Node is, as you know already, in your sign, and it is in a tight conjunction with Uranus. And both of these influences are asking you to develop a new sense of self, to embrace a different perspective towards yourself, towards life, and towards what you present to others. Of course, highlighted by this Venus in your fourth house, you will feel that there is a clash between what you want to do new and also the children or your loved ones want to express there. The 10th of this month, we will have the full moon in the sign of Pisces. This will bring us a lot of inspiration, romanticism, and fantasy. Although it will have to be balanced, like all the full moons, with the sun in Virgo. The sun in Virgo is asking us to be realistic, very attentive to details, and oriented to service, and being devoted to a cause, to our job, to someone we love. So at the full moon, we will have to balance between hardcore truth and fantasy and imagination and ideas. So make the best of it, although you will prefer the influence of the moon in Virgo because it's in a harmonious aspect with your sun in Taurus. So be, of course, mindful of what is reality, but do take into consideration that when you open your imagination, you expand your own understanding of this reality. On the 16th, we will have a beautiful trine of the Sun in Virgo with precisely Uranus in Taurus. And this will be at ease with you because, as I explained, you are an earth sign and you deal with what is concrete, what is realistic, what we can measure or touch, or what is tangible in a sense. So this day is very important as long as the 18th, when the sun trines the North Node, so we can open ourselves to be clear about what we want. We have to mention that on the 9th of September, Mercury goes retrograde in the sign of Virgo. This retrogradation is very special because Mercury rules Virgo. It feels comfortable. Who feels comfortable? We, our minds, our understanding, our attention to detail, our attention to service and devotion to others. So it is a strange or a contradiction in terms between Mercury being in this strong sign for it and the retrogradation, because it feels like we are paying too much attention to detail. It can be a very beautiful or important time to investigate, to search for information we haven't found, and also to find lost things before. On the 22nd, Mercury joins the Sun, and this is very important because it's a place or it's a time where we can ask the universe to open our consciousness to higher knowledge, to better understanding, and a great sense of clarity about what we are needing to do. In this time, since Mercury and the Sun are in Virgo, it's about truth. It's about the facts. It's about service to others. It's about understanding how to take care of our body and especially about our mind. On the 23rd, we will have a balsamic moon. The moon will be almost without light, and then it will go on the 25th to the new moon. The balsamic moon is a period that it has 2 days and a half, and then it gets to the new moon. So it is 5 days that we have to be very thoughtful about what we want. And the new moon is already in Libra, but the balsamic, no, the balsamic will be in Virgo. Let me point at this time that the ruler of Virgo, as I explained, is Mercury. The sun will be in Virgo, so it's ruled by Mercury. By this time, Venus will be also in Virgo, so it's ruled by Mercury. And also Mars, which is in the sign of Gemini already since the beginning of the month, and it will stay there in that sign for 7 months, it's also ruled by Mercury. On top of that, Jupiter, which is in Aries, ruled by Mars, is ruled by also by Mercury. So Mercury is the leader of the orchestra, the director. So we have to be very careful about what we think at this time. You will understand the type of thoughts that occur to everybody now, especially to you, Taurus, because you deal with concrete things to manifest things in a palpable, in a touchable way that they have to be measured, so to speak, with a ruler in reality. So make the best of this time, and with the superior conjunction and the retrograde and the retro of Mercury, you will have a lot of time and insight into a hardcore truth. Just remember the lesson it was left from the full moon when Neptune is in Pisces and is asking us to give a space, to give attention as well to imagination and fantasies and romanticism, as well as idealism. By the 29th, the end of the month, your ruling planet Venus will be in Libra, and it is heading towards the superior conjunction as well with the Sun, making us search for a deeper ideal, for a higher ideal of beauty. And it is your ruling planet. So you must be now inspired, not for what is mundane, but for what is a higher form of taste, a finer taste, a finer art, let's say a high form of art. Do enjoy the different higher forms of art. So the energy that Mercury will hold and bring to our minds will be played out in your fifth and sixth house. So you will have to be very attentive and very careful about your children, about your sweethearts, about your own creations. It is time for you to pay attention and show devotion to them. With your children, you can be very attentive of what they eat, their schedules, their activities. It is a time for you to show devotion to them, but also teach them from the full moon that you understand imagination and fantasy. Teach them, if you can, to create stories and tales about what we would like to be, because it's fantasy or imagination, and the truth, and that you can convert these two energies into a higher form of art. Maybe you can teach them how to write short stories. The thing is that they understand the place, the right place between fantasy and reality. This energy could also be played out at work. Just be careful that you are diplomatic and also, and more than that, fair. When the sun enters Libra, you will find that you have done the job. So be absolutely elegant on your forms, on the way that you conduct yourself at work. You do have the South Node in Scorpio in your seventh house. Maybe it shows like you have no interest in your partner or in your associations. But Mars is active, the ruler of this South Node in Scorpio, and it will be very active for 7 months in the sign of Gemini, your second house. So it's time. So it's time for you to establish relationships, business relationships. Look for clients. Look for people that you can interchange ideas, values, and of course, the business. Pluto is still in your ninth house, asking you to be very attentive to the ideas, the philosophies, the political situation. And you perceive these areas I mentioned about being strained. And they are because they are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn it is strong in its own sign in Aquarius, and it will be there until March of next year. So it is asking us to be organized, to respect boundaries between groups and associations. So be mindful of that. You want to break free of some of these associations, of especially of the ideas, and also you want to break free of restrictions in your professional life. But the sky is asking you, rather than being free of your obligations, try changing your point of view in the sense of looking at them with new eyes, with inspiration, with surprise. That way you will resolve the situation. For now, it is true you have to follow the rules, follow the discipline, and show yourself like being mature and responsible. But it is true that the time will come that you will be very capable, able, and willing to show your new side. And it will be a surprise for you and everybody. Neptune is inspiring you to open to fantasy, to imagination, to romanticism. So be attentive to that and enjoy, because it's something you do normally, these games of the fantasy in the form of art, in the form of pleasure. But be mindful that you give yourself new forms of pleasure. In matters of the heart, for those seeking a new relationship, Venus and the Sun and Mercury in Virgo will make you decide with care. Be selective about who you talk to. You will have to exchange a lot of information. Think of yourself of finding or looking at possible partners or possible sweethearts rather as people that you can talk to, that you can exchange information, ideas, taste in different things. Be on the lookout for people that can inspire your mind. And maybe some people of the past will return with this Mercury retro. For those in established bond, I already mentioned a little bit. Mars, which is ruling your seventh house, the house of partners, romantic spouses, and business partners, is asking you to be also very agile. Invite them to move, either to do sports, to walk, but mainly as a pretext to enjoy passionate conversations. I must tell you that it can also be played out as fights with them, arguments more than that. But do transform this energy to alchemy, because if you move with them, you invite them to walk, to dance, to do sports, then you can find a way to passion again. Be prepared and do something with them, because next month, with the eclipses in your area, with eclipses in this area, things will be much more transformed. What is wonderful about this month for you, Taurus, is your disposition to organize yourself, to find new things that are coming to your life. You are opening up to new surprises. You are allowing yourself to look at you in new ways, to be daring, to change your style, to offer a different point of view to groups of people that are thinking the same way. You will continue to flow. You feel now much more comfortable with surprises and changes. Life is always different, always new. There is a frame, that's true, a fixed frame sometimes, but now it's the time to build something anew, especially yourself, and you will succeed. It will be a great month. Enjoy.
Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there.